Next step in our gradient value drawing is I would like to make his mask, Michael Myers mask, look more realistic. So there's a very distinct highlight over on the left side of his face, and then the right side of his face is going to be the darkest area. As I've already identified, I am going to kind of start by shading the right side, and then I'm going to bring those values over. A well-sharpened pencil goes a long way anytime you're doing a value drawing. Now, there's not much detail that you can actually go in with for this small of a drawing, so it's really easy to accidentally make a mistake. So here I am trying to go in with his nose, and it's just, I don't like it at all. I'm actually, instead of erasing the whole thing side to side, watch what I do with my eraser. I'm just gonna tap it on the page, and it's gonna lighten those little areas just a little bit. I'm giving the illusion that he has a nose. Remember, we all know this is a mask and not a real person. However, there are features that we see that we want to emphasize. In the mouth, I know you guys can't see very good details, but in that mouth, I see some highlights and some shadows in there. And initially, it's kind of going in really dark. It's not quite, what I want it to be. So I'm going to use my blending stump, and that's going to help start making features look a little bit more like I intended them to. I'm also going to go back in with my eraser. I have a tool called a pencil eraser, and it's probably one of my favorite tools to use when drawing. And what it is it's an eraser that's kind of in the shape of a pencil, and that is going to give you a really great way to be able to go in and bring highlights out using an eraser that has a nice fine point similar to a pencil. All right, so I'm just using my blending stump to bring in some of those details so that I'm having, I have more dimension to it right now than I did before. I'm just going to go ahead and bring in his hair. Anytime I am working on value scale or value in using graphite, I really love bringing in those dark areas around the light areas, because it just makes those light areas start to pop and kind of come out at you. It creates contrast. Now, his hair, I cannot see details in his hair because he is, he's kind of far away. And in the middle ground, you're not supposed to really see too much fine detail. So what I'm doing is giving the illusion of hair, and so I'm kind of going in with a little bit of a scribble, which is actually another drawing technique. Did you know that scribbling is actually a technique? So that's something to keep in mind, that there are things little tricks that you can do to make things look as you see them. And in your mind, you have a distinct image of what maybe Michael Myers looks like. I'm going to try to take an image that I see and kind of make it come to life with these different techniques. Now, once I have all of my values brought in the way that I want them to look, this is where I'll be able to go in with a bit of a mixed media. So I'm going to use stipple, utilizing marker on top. I might even grab a gel pen to bring in some dark blues so that, you know, we have a little bit more color in the actual image. Now, when it comes to hands, you got to be careful, okay? I want this to give the illusion of hands as opposed to just a little block. You can't see the hands up close, so I can only give just a little bit of information in there, and then I'm able to, you know, just kind of blend using my blending stump. All right, now I'll be ready for the next step. In the next video, we're going to begin working with adding color and details using multiple different media.